What's up, fam? Back in the grow room, getting back to growing and just trying to step up the game and learn new things and pay attention to more stuff, I guess, that we never did before.
Yeah. We have learned a lot of things between our two grows, and now putting together a new grow space and starting a grow together, we have started to monitor things that we never really thought about before.
Yeah, for the past 2 years on the channel, guys, basically ever since we started growing, we knew that temperature and humidity were important in the grow, and really we did our best to maintain, but largely we just let it go as it is what it is, and we exhaust heat out, try and mainly just focus on temperatures and keeping the temps right. But there's so much more to that. And one thing that we've started watching and paying more close attention to is VPD.
Personally, I didn't realize the relationship between humidity and temperature were so closely related and how it really affected my plants at specific stages. I didn't really realize that the temperature affected the humidity and vice versa, and what that meant for my plant.
Yeah, it does have a huge impact, guys. The relationship between the temperature of your air in the tent and also how much humidity is in the air. So the temperature has an impact on how much water basically the air can hold. That is VPD, and that's the amount of moisture that the air can hold at a given temperature.
The higher the temperature, the more humidity the air can hold at that temperature. And as the temperature decreases, less humidity can be held in the air at that given temperature. So before monitoring VPD, that's something that I didn't understand. And now that we are monitoring it, my plants have honestly flourished. I've definitely seen a difference in how my plants are growing.
Exactly. As your temperature fluctuates, that changes how much moisture the air can hold. And keeping your VPD dialed, your temperature and your humidity is what forms your VPD number. So there's a lot of great charts online. Pulse has a great one on their website that we've actually been using the Pulse Pro to help monitor our VPD in the tent, get it dialed in and make sure that we're maintaining it. And it's been working amazing. They have a really great dashboard, and they even have a little recommendation thing where you can type in your target VPD and it will tell you how you have to adjust your temperature and humidity to get that target VPD. So it's been a really great tool, and now that we've been watching it, it has dramatically increased just our plant's overall look.
Yeah.
They're fraying, they're way more happy, and it's really been an eye-opener and things that we should be watching and learning to be better growers. So VPD is really important, and maybe it's something that if you're not, you could be having much better results with your grows just by tracking and trying to maintain.
Yeah, so there are a few ways that monitoring your VPD can change the way you grow. And we've been saying it, it can improve your plant's growth. By monitoring it, you can just adjust the temperature, humidity, and
keep that VP dialed. That helps your plant breathe so it can move
essentially
and increase photosynthesis, draw more nutrients through. And when it's off, it's almost like choking your plant out. It can't breathe, or it can't exhale, or it can't breathe in based on, if your VPD is way off. And we were definitely seeing that with the plants that we were starting to tent. The humidity was very low here, like 30% in the wintertime. And we were just letting it go. And until we realized, using the pulse and starting to track a little bit more, just how off it was. And once we got it dialed, all the little seedlings, all the bigger plants also started just doing much better.
And also, once we started to understand the relationship again, we were able to use less energy, because now we're not putting as much humidity in the air. We could just lower our temperature a bit just to get that VPD down. Those are just little things that you can do. It helps you be more energy efficient.
Yeah.
And the Pulse has helped us do that.
Yeah,
step of the way.
It has really helped us quite a bit. If you guys are interested, we have a discount code. You can save 25% on a Pulse Pro, help you monitor your grow, and help you start to get some ideas on how to dial it in, what you should be changing your temperatures to, and more. They actually have a really good article. We'll link to it down below if you guys want to just read more about VPD and learn about it, and how it impacts your grow. I know we're probably a little late to the game, but it's something that we were having great results the past 2 years just growing and not really paying much attention. But I think this is a difference between taking that next step in the learning journey and increasing our grows to that much better of a level, because now it's another thing that's really important to the growth of your plants and the nutrient uptake capabilities, and how they're going to grow over the course of the run. So, this is all just stepping stones on becoming a better grower. And that's the whole point of the channel is, to try and be better growers and learn, and just keep going and doing better. And I think we've been doing amazing at that.
When I started to monitor, more things such as VPD, like Neil said, it does help me just be a better grower. And all these new tools and resources are now at our fingertips. So I think that it's almost a no-brainer if it's something that you really are passionate about. I mean, the Pulse has helped us tremendously. So
right.
I wouldn't have understood the relationship between humidity and temperature if I wouldn't have started to monitor.
They make it really easy to understand and visualize. They have a great web-based app you can pull up and monitor all your tent stats, including CO2 ppms and more. It's a really cool device, and it's helped us a lot keep the VPD dialed. For us guys, one thing that is a big thing, because we do the Perpetual with the autos, we have all different stage plants in one tent. Of course, we have to make some adjustments or sacrifices and just try and aim more for a target that's going to keep them happy over the grows. So it really kind of depends on your grow setup and how you're growing, and how you want to monitor VPD. So if you were running like photos, for example, and going from start to finish in the tent, or your flower tent, you'd want to keep your VPD dialed in for flower only. We're aiming more for a target with our tents, or at least some of the tents, because we do have multi-stage plants in a perpetual situation. So you really have to understand the VPD and how it impacts your growth, and then figure out how you're going to implement it into your growth.
Monitor your VPD, folks.
Watch it.
Vapor pressure deficit.
Under pressure. Well, we just want to share that with you guys. It's one new thing that we're really starting to watch in our grows as we become better growers. What are some of the things that you think are most critical in your grow that you always maintain and watch? As we get better, we'll be sharing all the tips and tricks with you guys. So make sure you follow along. Check us out on Instagram.
Yes. Don't forget to check out our Patreon, which we do have lives every Wednesday for you.
Yeah, lives every Wednesday, guys. We're in there pulling the plants out. We're starting the grows, letting you guys vote on what we're going to grow next. They're always a blast. And don't forget, lives every other Sunday on the channel. New vids all the time, guys. Smash that bell, hit that like, drop a comment below. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks, guys. Vapor?
Fresh.
Definitely.
Beep, burp, beep.
Beep.
ViparSpectra, never set. Beep. I am a robot.
Beep. Boop. Beep.
PD.
Beep.
DPD.
Beep. P.